Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gina and I have a little bit of a haul. I went to Book Off today in NYC. So I spent like 2 hours in there. Yeah, spent 2 hours in there. But I did come out with some gems. I got a Funko Pop, 2 books, and 2 comics. I didn't buy any manga, so I'm just like actually pretty proud of myself because I haven't really been reading it lately. I think I burnt myself out from it because like for the past 2 years or so, I was reading primarily just manga. And I think now I'm trying to get back into a good mixture of things, manga, books, comics, like all of the reading materials that I actually like. So that's the plan anyways. But I went to the store, didn't get any manga, but I did get books and comics. And let's start with the books. Let me put this to the side. So I got 2. I got Vicious by V.E. Schwab and The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This is horror. And I think it's about a tale of revenge and polycultural identity. It follows 4 American Indian men after a disturbing event from their youth puts them in a desperate struggle for their lives. So they're childhood friends, there's violence, there's Revenge. I think it's good. It'll be good. I've heard really good things about it, but I honestly just wanted to read it anyways, whether there's good things about it or not. I'm usually not the type to go based off of reviews. I don't even know what it's rated actually. I just heard good things about it. And I was curious about it. Plus, it was only $12 compared to, how much is it? 18 because it is paperback. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Oh, looks like someone either bought this from the Strand and turned it in, or they used the Strand bookmark. Anyways, that's besides the point. I think this will be pretty good. The size of the font is pretty nice. It's not like really massive like a lot of YA books are, but it's not super small font like you may see old sci-fi books. um Anyways, hopefully this will be good. This is one of the things I picked up because I've been getting into horror, so I was like, let me buy this. This is actually the second thing I picked up. The first thing I picked up was Vicious by V.E. Schwab. And I think it's about two college roommates. They're both boys. Two male college roommates. They're apparently lonely, but they're highly ambitious. I want to say it's like entering their villain arc. In their senior year, shared research interests in adrenaline, near-death experiences, and seemingly supernatural events reveals an intriguing possibility that, under the right conditions, someone could develop extraordinary abilities. But when their thesis moves from the academic to the experimental, things go horribly wrong. I bet, this isn't new, but I bet someone's about to enter their villain arc. Because when you get extraordinary abilities, you either use them, not necessarily, but you either usually use them for good or for bad or for evil, should I say. And I think someone is going to enter their villain arc for sure in here. Like, that's my guess. And I want to know which one does it. And then is this dual point of view? It might just be one. Oh, okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this is written. I'm excited for this. Also, my brother has this book, so I'm curious with what he's going to think of this book. I don't know if we're going to buddy read it together or not, but I didn't buy it because of that. I wanted to buy this book years ago. I just didn't want to pay full price, and I didn't. I paid $7 for this instead of the 18. Yes, it's used, but there's only like minor cover damage, so it's worth it for me. But that's, yeah, I think someone's going to enter their villain arc and the other one's going to enter their hero arc. That's what I'm guessing. And I know this is a series, so we'll see. I don't normally do series, but I think it's a completed series, so that might help. The next thing I got was a Wonder Woman comic. This is a collection, so they're not all drawn by the same artist, they're not all written by the same writer, but there's a couple of artists and writers in here that I recognize, mainly writers. There's Gail Simone, and then there's Cami Garcia, who did Teen Titans, and then Mariko Tamaki. Ooh, and Greg Rucka. I'm trying to think if I see an artist in here. I think I may have seen Phil Hester's works before. I'm not sure, but the writers, I definitely heard of several of them that are in here. So let's show Ooh, this is a good one of Wonder Woman and Cheetah. Cheetah? I think that's a good spread. Oh, and then of course, zoom in on the cover. This is a lot. I don't know. It was $5, right? Yeah, $5, and it looks super cool. I don't own it, and I am a major fan of Wonder Woman. I'm not sure if I would say she's my favorite superhero, but she's definitely up there. And I don't know. I'm trying to buy more Wonder Woman stuff because lately I've been getting Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and then reading Poison Ivy stuff. I haven't really been touching much, uh, reading much of Wonder Woman like I used to. So getting back into that, and this was, like I said, it was $5. So I think compared to 10, maybe, yeah, originally it's $10, but $5 is a really good deal for like, I don't remember how many pages this is, but it's not a lot, but it's not. Uh, it's more than 30 something pages, probably closer to 100, maybe 75 to 100 pages, something like that. But yeah, so this was the third thing that I picked up. And then I can get it out of the bag. I got Suicide Squad, Get Joker. This is hardcover, which makes me really happy. This was $7. There was actually several copies of this in the store. Some of them, most of them were $12, and I was going to pay $12 for it actually, but then I saw the $7 one, and I don't really know why this was marked cheaper than the others. But alas, that's not the point. I ended up getting it, and this is like, I think Red Hood, also known as Jason Todd. Oh, okay, Jason Todd, also known as Red Hood, is trying to hunt down the Joker, and he was tasked with it. And now he's assigned to work with the Suicide Squad, and he's not quite sure who's calling the shots, who's on whose side, that kind of thing. Because Suicide Squad, they're villains, but they're also like heroes, the anti-heroes. It, villains forced into being heroes, essentially. It was a Suicide Squad. And I'm curious because I saw like part of this, like a singular issue of this. I think maybe just issue one in my local comic shop, but I didn't see the other one. So to see that it is actually um, completed, it's not. Oh, I mean, it's not new. I knew it wasn't new when I was looking at it, but it's not new. So very intrigued with how this is going to go. Here's some of the art in the inside. So yeah, I'm curious. I was about to say that was all for my haul, but it's not. It's all for reading materials that I got. The last thing I got was a Funko Pop. Now, when I entered the store, well, at least I went through the row of Funko Pops, and I saw like a couple Wonder Woman one and a Catwoman one and Poison Ivy. So I didn't grab any right away. It's like you'll just grab it at the end because I wasn't sure if I wanted to spend $12 or so on a Funko Pop. But when I went back through on the way to checkout, I changed my mind because I saw Zombie Rogue from X-Men, and I had to get her. This is her. So I'm pretty curious if they were. I don't remember seeing any of the other zombie ones, but we did get this one. I got this one. So when I saw this, I was also like, I wonder if they have a Storm Funko Pop. And I briefly looked, but I didn't look that hard. As in, because they were stacked, they were like this. So they weren't face fronting. They were, you saw the side, so you could actually see what the whole image, I mean, what the figure looked like. So that's how they were stacked, and there was like two, like rows of two. So there was one in front, and then when you moved it, there was another one. But I didn't feel like pulling them them out constantly trying to find what's behind it just to see if maybe they had Storm. But if they had Storm, I was still gonna get this one anyways. It's just I would have also bought Storm. So maybe it was for the best financially that they didn't have Storm in the front. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. And yeah, that's it for my haul. So these are the things that I got, and I'm pretty happy with my purchases. Um, like I said, I did spend a lot longer in there than I thought I was going to, but that's okay. I'm glad that I went because sometimes I just don't feel like going into stores. So, and it was crowded. Granted, I knew it was going to be crowded, but I couldn't, I didn't get to film as much as I would have wanted for y'all, but I did get to film a little bit, so that's something, right? Right. So that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.